Perfect. All right. Welcome, everyone. Those of you who joined us live, I appreciate your time. Those of you who will be watching this later on, thank you for your time as well. Before we begin, I do want to do a very brief introduction on who we are. So, my name is Ali. I represent the group's team here at Go Away Travels, overseeing the Americas and the Asian teams. And with me here is Melissa. She'll introduce herself in a couple of minutes. But I did want to first go ahead and tell you a bit more about Go Away. So we've been around for almost 56 years. We have offices across three continents, here in Toronto, Vancouver, Los Angeles, Sydney, and even in the Philippines. So we're very well supported throughout the world. And because we've been doing this for so long, our specialty is actually in customized or personal travel. So every group that we produce, including this one, which I was having a look, and Melissa and Asia, you guys have done an amazing job putting this itinerary together. So every itinerary that we piece together is actually very unique. So it's almost impossible that we produce two of the same. And that's what we love doing. But yes, that's it for me. And then I'll just let Melissa do a quick introduction and then we'll get into this Rio tour.
So yeah, I'm Melissa. I'm working with Asia to curate this amazing itinerary for you guys. I was there last May, so I can give you some tips and tricks, and you will have an amazing time. It's a beautiful, vibrant city. So yeah, let's get started with the presentation.
Mhm. So yes, to begin with, just like Melissa, I've been to Brazil a few times as well. You never want to leave. It's one of those countries. And with Rio, to be honest, it's not just a destination, it's like an energy. I know about with the carnival and stuff, it's a very typical stereotype, but it's real. It really is real. The energy itself is very addictive. The people are so warm and so welcoming. And to be honest, this trip kind of blends all that together. So it blends the iconic landmarks. So we're going to take you through Christ the Redeemer, the Sugarloaf. It's going to include some cultural immersion aspects. So we're going to have a samba workshop. We're going to have some carnival traditions, and then sailing on the bay as well. And what I was mentioning before, what I particularly love about this itinerary is the balance. So again, Melissa's worked really well on this when it comes to structuring the experiences and allowing you guys with enough leisure time, enough free time to actually enjoy the beach lifestyle, because that's something you will miss 100% when you come back home. Um, and Rio, again, from our feedback, this it's one of those cities which the scenery constantly surprises people. It's the mountains that literally drop into the ocean. So that's something, even though we see loads of pictures and videos, that's something that I feel doesn't do it enough justice. And that's one thing that everybody tells me that, yes, it's definitely those. Again, you will see this in the span of this slide, the mountains with the oceans. That's something pretty unforgettable. Before we jump into the itinerary, I just want to quickly go over, it's not that complicated for North Americans or for Canadians or US passport holders. Rio itself, I'll just quickly speak when it comes to the vaccination part. Rio itself doesn't require any vaccinations, but I'm not sure if anybody has any pre or post tours that they're not doing with Go Away. So that's why I want to give this warning. If anyone does venture on to the Amazon regions, yellow fever is recommended. I got my yellow fever shot the first time I went to Brazil. It's usually valid for about 5 years.
10
And
years now. It's actually
now it's
10
10
years now.
years. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, they gave me an outdated version. Good to know. Okay, I'm just gonna let that person in.
Actually, you know what, Ali? I think it's life.
Mhm.
They changed it to life now. It's good for life.
It's good for life. Okay, yeah, my
Yeah.
the first trip was years ago. Since then, I've been like three times. But yes, that's just something I would recommend you guys doing your own research. When it comes to the currency, it's the Brazilian reais. Yes, you can say real, but the local dialect is reais. US dollars is widely accepted, and credit cards do almost work everywhere in Rio. And you'll find a lot of kiosks, especially next to the beach, especially in the Copacabana regions. ATMs are super, super, super easy to find. And lately, just another insider tip from my personal travels, WISE payment cards for US bank holders. You upload, or let's say you have a US account, and then you can actually, within real time or within seconds, do the transfer or do the currency exchange. Any more questions on this can address towards the end. But yes, that's something if you don't want to or avoid excess transaction fees or exchange rate fees, that's something I recommend, especially for countries that the exchange rate is quite high. Okay.
Can I make a note about the passport and the visas? So you do need a visa, and everybody in my group when we went had to resubmit their photo because you have to upload a photo of yourself, and you have to show like your ears in the photo, and none of us could get our ears in the photo. So just warn everybody, like put your hair back and make sure you have it's yeah, we all had to resubmit it, but that's just a little note.
Oh, that's very important. And then on that note, again, that rule hasn't changed when it comes to the expiry date. So please make sure your passport is valid 6 months beyond your travel dates. Cool. Jumping into the weather. So this trip is planned for March, and March is late summer for here in Brazil. So it's gonna honestly be beach perfect weather. That's how I would describe it. So somewhere between 23 and 30 degrees Celsius, and between 73 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Expect a bit of humidity. There are going to be some short tropical showers in the afternoon, but the mornings will be ideal. Skies will be a lot more clear, and at this time of the year, the crowds are a bit lighter as well. Um, Again, with Brazil in general and that part of Brazil, showers are very common. They usually last and come in bursts. So they'll be there for 20, 30 minutes and then they'll clear completely. Um, that's just something normal in that side of the world. When it comes to packing advice, what I'm gonna say is comfortable walking shoes. So that's key, especially when you want to get out and about and explore. There are going to be some cobblestone streets in some historic areas, so that can be a bit uneven. So again, comfortable shoes, so then we don't keep stopping for breaks. Other than that, when we get closer to the trip, we can always share more tips and tricks as well. All right. This I wanted to highlight when it comes to the accommodations, because when it comes to Go Away, regardless of what tours we organize, we're very conscious of the fact that we most of the time spend a lot of hours in the plane just getting there. So when it comes to the accommodation, these pieces are very important for us to ensure that you guys have a very easy, relaxing trip. So when it comes to our accommodations, same thing. They're vetted locally by our suppliers. Either we've been there, our suppliers have been there, or they come well reviewed by the past groups that we've sent there. When it comes to this area, honestly, this is one of my favorite areas to stay in Rio. Copacabana gives you beach access, it gives you restaurants, it gives you the nightlife, and most importantly, safety. So it really is that prime location, and you're literally steps away from those iconic pictures. So one of them I've tried showing you here. These are real pictures. And it will be a really busy area, especially in the early evening. That's when the locals get out after work for jogs. That's very common. Brazil's a very 9 to 5 culture when it comes to their work. So after 5, you'll see people literally rush onto the streets, walk their dogs, socialize. So around that time, it's going to be a bit busy. But again, when it comes to the hotel, it's ideal location. So you're not tucked away. You're literally in the heart of Rio. Melissa, do you want to add anything for this hotel or anything?
No, actually, I just had a group come back in beginning of February from here, and they said they loved the rooftop bar, like having drinks up there. So they really enjoyed that. And they said the food was amazing.
Perfect.
Hmm.
All right, so now we're going to get into the actual itinerary. So this is going to be day one. The arrival's going to be smooth. Again, that's done on purpose to give you guys a chance to recover from the jet lag. There's a private transfer included. Once you arrive, I always suggest a relaxed long walk along Copacabana to kind of adjust yourself to the energy. That's a word I'll be using quite a lot, to the energy of the city. And if it's your first time to Brazil, you have to try caipirinha. I'm addicted to those. Every time I try and find a Brazilian restaurant, that's my first order. Uh, all the bars almost make it as well. So yes, try one, especially with fresh passion fruit. Brazil, there's no other country that does passion fruit like Brazil. It's a bit lighter, it's more refreshing. But yes, caipirinha, for those of you who don't know it, please Google it. It will be a game changer.
It's
Uh,
like water. It's literally like water over there. You go onto the beach down Copacabana and there's like kiosks set up with every type of flavor
yeah.
imaginable.
Exactly. And you have those
Fun.
sometimes street vendors and they'll do different takes at it. So you
Hmm.
can get, if you're not into passion fruit, you can mix it with honestly any sort of fruit. Caipirinha is that one of
I'm
those
sorry,
drinks
Melissa.
that goes with everything.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's a few people that's trying to get in. I'm not sure if you guys have to.
We've allowed everybody
I
here. Let me just double
yeah.
check. Yep,
I
we've
just
allowed
let like
everyone.
2 or 3 people in, I think.
Okay, amazing. All
Okay.
right, so getting back to day one. So yes, the restaurants are all along the street. They're great. And yeah, everything will be just walking distance. Okay, now jumping to day two. This day is gonna start to give you that, or one of those first wow moments. So Sugarloaf Mountain, that's the picture you see, or the cable car up. So this cable car ride is pretty iconic. It gives you a 360 view over the bay. And that's honestly going to be one of those images ingrained in your mind long after the trip. Try to stand towards the front of the cable car for the best photos. That's an insider tip. You will be amazed by how yeah, it's pretty high up there as well. And yeah, make sure you have your cameras ready. Um, when it comes to the cathedral itself, sorry, Melissa, do you want to add something?
No, I was just gonna say you actually take 2 cable cars. Like I yeah, most people think you just take one, but you actually take two. There's 2 different sections.
And then after the Sugarloaf Mountain, we're going to actually visit the Metropolitan Cathedral. It's a modern feel to it, almost futuristic from the outside, actually. But once inside, you'll see the glass panels. I wish I had more pictures or put some pictures up here. But yes, that's something will be the second wow moment for the day. And late morning, that's what I'm told for those of you who are really into photography, because I am. When it comes to getting that perfect picture, the late morning lighting is ideal. So I don't know, Melissa, are we gonna start the day early morning for
Yeah, I think
the
yeah, they'll be out for Sugarloaf first thing in the morning.
lovely? Okay, so that's
Mhm.
gonna tie in brilliantly. Cool. Jumping into day three, this is where you'll honestly see almost a different side of Rio. So more of the colonial architecture, the independence history of Brazil, and of course the Portuguese influence on it. And this side or this area, to be honest, will be much, much, much more quieter than the beach neighborhoods, as you can expect. And it'll almost feel like you're stepping back in time, not just because of the architecture around you and the thousands of years of history, but just because the neighborhood where it is. Do you want to add anything on this day, Melissa?
No, that's good.
Cool. All
So
right.
I'm super excited about this day because you guys will I have so much fun. So carnival's in February, so you guys will be there in March. So what happens is you go to a samba house, to a samba school, and that's where they build the floats. It's this massive warehouse. So you might actually still get to see the float. When I was there in May, they were dismantling it and then they figure out what they can use for next year to sort of save some money. Because these floats cost over $1 million to put together for the parades. So you go into this big, huge warehouse and you get to see the float and everything, all the costumes are on display. You actually get to go in and try on costumes and take pictures. And then drummers come in, and some ladies all come in for dance lessons. And so everybody gets to drum and dance and take pictures. And then you go have caprinas. So it's actually really quite fun. It's a good vibe. And the guides that take you around are a lot of fun. So this will be a fun trip for you guys, fun experience.
And yeah, just to emphasize on that, this is not a show. This is interactive. So to manage expectations, you're actually visiting a real samba school warehouse where you'll actually learn the rhythms and the nitty-gritty samba footwork. So don't worry about dancing skills. This samba, to be honest, is all about confidence. It's how you portray it. It's like fake it till you make it. So don't worry about that. And this is the day most guests say made them truly feel connected to Rio, because this is the heart of their culture. I did my first carnival actually 2 years ago in Sao Paulo, and I still talk about it. But yes, this is where you'll just get the gist of actually what the carnival feel is, and the samba dance. So this, again, like Melissa said, it should be a really fun day. All right, so day 5, I'll start here. It goes without saying, and a lot of people say this after returning, like this statue, Christ the Redeemer, it's actually even more impressive in person. So it's 38 meters tall, and it overlooks the entire city. And just honestly, even getting here is pretty cool because the train ride up is pretty scenic. I would recommend sitting on the right side of the train for better view. So that's an insider tip. When it comes to later half of the day, you're going to go through a local Brazilian experience. It's Brazilian barbecue. So those of you who are meat lovers, you're going to love this. So it's going to be skewers or grilled meats directly they're going to bring it directly to your table until you say stop. So Brazilians love all you can eat. Even here in Toronto, when you look for Brazilian places, most of them start with all you can eat sushi or all you can eat meats. So that's true of this restaurant as well. And on this day, just overall, I would say pace yourself. It's not a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And when it comes to just visiting or enjoying this day, just take it easy. Again, this is a private tour. You won't be rushed. You're not asked to be at any specific point. You're there with your private group with a local English speaking guide. Correct, Melissa? There will be a guide accompanying them on this day as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect. But yes, anything to add? I think, Melissa, you wanted to mention some of the optional tours.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, once you get up to Christ the Redeemer, like, there's a lot of people up there. So I have an iPhone, and literally, like, they have this new feature where it's an erase button, and you can just erase all of the people to make your pictures look better, so it doesn't look so crowded. So we were doing that with all of our pictures because it's pretty busy up there. But also, this is a Saturday, and I talked to Asia about this because I absolutely love Rio Scenarium. So it's a samba house, and it is so unique. You can look it up on their website. They have live music, and they'll have a schedule on their website too, so you can tell ahead of time who's playing. But they have live music on the bottom floor. Like it's multi-level, and you can go for dinner or just drinks or appies. Probably make a reservation would be recommended, especially if it's a Saturday. And then go up to each floor, because each floor, like, it is so unique. One floor has like baby carriages, all these old baby carriages on the wall. One has like mirrors and old bikes and go-karts. Like, it's so unique. And then the top floor has like a DJ club. So you get the whole samba experience. And yes, there was a little samba line going on at the bottom, but then you can go up and have a club experience on the top floor. So that's really fun. Yeah, I definitely recommend that place for you guys.
Amazing. All right, moving on to day 6. This day will give you a completely different perspective of Rio because it's going to be from the water side. So again, you're going to see Sugarloaf Mountain, you're going to see Christ. rising right above the skyline while you're sailing. So that's going to be a pretty cool experience. And honestly, the highlight here, I was reading through what Melissa confirmed for you guys. Open bar is included, correct, Melissa?
Yes, yeah, they get lots of
Yes.
caparinas, and if anybody doesn't drink alcohol, then there's, soft drinks and juices and stuff for anybody who doesn't drink.
And up until this point, or as of today, we still have the option of choosing either late morning departure or a sunset sail. So
Mhm.
that's something, of course, will be decided later. But yes, the sunset sail itself is going to be pretty magical, regardless, I feel, what time you guys choose. It's going to be a bit cooler, of course. But then have your cameras ready. You're really going to get a very different perspective of the mountain and Christ Redeemer. So yeah, a lot backed in, and it's going to be a fun day. Anything else to add to us on this one?
Yeah, so the hippie market, just make sure you check the times because it's only sort of morning, early afternoon. So don't leave it too late if you want to visit it. And you can just take a cab there, or I don't know, depends on, you might be able to walk it. But yeah, I would probably recommend taking a cab. But it's really a cool place because it's just like a hippie market. It's exactly what it is. So there's lots of artwork on canvas and just a lot of souvenirs, clothes. So it's a lot great things to bring back home for memorabilia.
Perfect. So yeah, so that's going to be on this day, day 7, where we've kind of this is going to be like a choose your own adventure day. So there are a few options. We can go for the botanical gardens, we can go for a beach vibe, and then of course the hippie market or the hippie fair is there as well. That's again amazing for local art and crafts. My personal recommendation would be, I'm a big foodie, so I just look for the best local spots. Feijoada. Feijoada is this local, it's actually their national dish. It's really heavy. It's bean based. So lunchtime would be best. That would be my recommendation. But yes, if I were there or for just a day or just have my wish to what to do, I would just be scouting the best caipirinhas and the best local feijoada spots. They do sushi really well as well. Their seafood is amazing. But then again, local markets, this would be your chance to grab some gifts and local souvenirs as well.
Yeah, and I was going to mention about the paddle boarding. So it's really popular to do. So you go down to right before sunrise, if you can get up that early, go right down to the beach, and there's lots of people have the paddle boards, and you can rent them, and you just go out into the ocean. And when the sun's rising, everybody is just either sitting or standing on the paddle boards, watching the sun up with the mountains in the background. It's really beautiful. But I went down a little bit after the sunrise because we had a Rio Scenarium night before, and we could still see out even after the sun. It was really pretty. Like you could still see everybody out on the paddle boards enjoying themselves. So it's a lot of fun.
And one thing I forgot to mention, which is very underrated, and we're getting better when it comes to, let's say, our local suppliers are getting better at these tours. I'm referring to the favela tours. So favelas are basically, for those who don't know, it's like more of an informal, self-built, underserved community. So it's like urban settlements. And when it comes to the favela tours, that's something again that's entirely optional. But especially in Rio, the locals actually do a very good job in providing a very educational based, walking focused experience. And again, it's just to showcase the daily life, culture, and the social projects, because that's a big part of Brazil. Um, I think Brazil's about like 350 million people. And favelas are a big part of every city. So that's something I would personally recommend if those of you are not sure what options to take, because this is that free for all kind of day. So yes, after you're filled up with the caipirinhas, the feijoadas, favela tour would be perfect to burn off those calories. And again, take a very different perspective into Brazil and their social life and their social structures as well. So yes, that's something I would recommend too. Cool. Moving ahead, unfortunately, this is where it would come to an end. But yes, even on your last day, we try to keep it very seamless. You'll have a private transfer back to the airport, and hopefully you leave with some samba rhythms in your head and the Brazilian energy. And of course, pictures won't do it justice when you share it with your friends and family, but you hopefully will take back a lot of dramatic scenery. And hopefully, just like myself, it keeps you coming back for more because Brazil is such a big country that Rio might be your first stop, Sao Paulo, Fortaleza, Jericoacoara. There's so much to explore, but hopefully this gives you a very good introduction and a taste to what actually the Brazilian life is. Going ahead, I just want to share with you, and Melissa will take over here, but I'm just going to briefly say everything major is included: accommodations, transfers, excursions, entrance fees, the guides, and one of the traditional lunches that I was talking about. And with these deposits, you secure spaces because Brazil is one of our hot destinations for this side of the world. Flights, I let Melissa speak about that, but I just want to end with that this trip again, you and Aisha have done Asia has done a really good job kind of beautifully balancing the cultural aspect of it, giving everyone some free time, hitting off all the bucket list destinations or the things to do, and of course integrating a bit of the beach life as well. So again, I was very jealous. It makes me want to go for a fourth time to Brazil. But yes, I let Melissa hand over. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope this gets you excited to book as soon as possible.
Yeah, so with regards to the flights, they're not quite out yet. They should be out maybe the end of March, beginning of April. So then Asia and I can work that out if we're going to do group air. So yeah, and that's extra on top of the package price. So yeah, you just contact Asia. She'll have all the information. And yeah, does anybody have any questions or anything? Or Asia, did you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.